I'm sure you've heard of what AI agents are before, but you just don't get what the big deal is or how they differ from AI like ChatGPT. Well, today I'm going to show you exactly what an AI agent is and how you can build one inside of N8N in just a few minutes. So I like to think of an AI agent like this before it's built. We've got the useless robot. It has no brain, can't recall anything, and has no tools to be useful. So it's a very sad robot. Now, this is essentially what an AI agent is before you give it a brain and the tools to actually complete tasks. So what's the difference between an AI agent and something like ChatGPT? ChatGPT is just a large language model. It will have a back and forth convo with you. It can't take actions and it can only have a conversation. So it can't complete any tasks. Whereas an AI agent is able to complete tasks if you give it the right tools. And it also remembers much more of your conversation and can take real actions. So just as an example, if you ask ChatGPT to send an email for you, it will just tell you how to send an email and it will give you information and context on how to do so. If you ask an AI agent to send you an email, it will actually be able to complete that task and send that email to the person you want to send it to. So an AI agent has a brain, memory, and tools. The brain you can think of as one of your large language models like ChatGPT. So an AI agent does have either ChatGPT or a different model inside of it, and that acts as its brain. It also has memory, so it can remember past conversations and context. The main difference of an AI agent in comparison to something like ChatGPT is the access to different tools. So ChatGPT, you can have a conversation, it can scrape the web for you, and you can generate images. But with an AI agent, you can build out full automations. You can access your calendar, Google Sheets, all of your databases. When we look at our AI agent inside of N8N, we have our AI agent node, and then here is the brain, which would be the LLM and the simple memory. And so if you're looking at your basic LLM like ChatGPT, you would get rid of these tools. You would just have your chat model and your simple memory. So really this looks like an AI agent workflow, but really it can only provide a conversation and web scraping function like I'll show you right here. I would just ask it to give me the latest news from today. And essentially what this is doing is just the same exact function as ChatGPT. And so there you go. With this model, it wasn't even able to provide any real news updates, and I'm using the ChatGPT 4.1 mini. A great example of this that just happened is I want to add in different tools. And so a great example of this is I want to use another tool because ChatGPT wasn't able to scrape really great data for me. So the next step to the AI agent is to add in tools. So I want a better search function, and so I'm going to add in a Google search tool, which will give me access to the Google search function. And so I've added SERP API. I've connected my credentials here, and now I have access to Google search. So when I ask the same question, what is the latest news today? It will use the best tool available, and you'll see that it uses the SERP API tool, and it will give me better data and a better output. Here's some of the latest news today, July 16, 2025. And so it gave me a lot better output than what ChatGPT would give me. This is just a very basic AI agent workflow, and I'm going to show you exactly how to build this from scratch right now. You can think of this as us giving the agent an input. There is the LLM, which would be like ChatGPT, and then it has access to all of the tools. The AI agent does its work and gives us a proper output, and the final answer is reached. An N8N, an AI agent, is a node that combines an LLM with tools and memory, allowing to perform automated tasks and workflows while maintaining conversational context. And this just breaks down what an agent is versus an LLM. You can think of it like a human assistant versus a talking encyclopedia. So ChatGPT, it gives you answers to questions, but it can't actually do the work for you. So we're going to build the exact same AI agent from scratch, and we're also going to add a Gmail tool, which will allow us to send an email to ourselves. So the first thing you're going to do is add a first step, and we will add a chat trigger. And this will allow us to talk to our AI agent. Select the plus button, add in an AI agent. And now the source for our prompt is actually through the chat message received. So the prompt to the AI agent will be whenever we type in a message, and you'll see right here that the connected chat trigger node is the chat input, and that is exactly what we typed right there, just some jargon. The interesting thing about AI agents is you can add a system message, which is just giving it essentially instructions on who it is and what task that it performs. And so you see the default message here is you are a helpful assistant. Now, if you want this agent to be a full marketing assistant, you will just say you are a helpful marketing assistant. You have access to these marketing tools. You could list I don't know, Ahrefs. You can turn these agents into your own specific assistants if you give them the right tools and workflows available. For today's example, we're just going to leave the system message as your helpful assistant, but we're going to click expression and we're going to add in one line of JSON code here, which will just give it access to the date and time. And so we will say the date and time is, and you'll go curly bracket, money sign now. And that is just a very simple way of giving the agent the correct date and time. And this is very helpful if you're using tools like Google Calendar. Now our AI agent is set as a helpful assistant, and we can start to input some of the things it needs to actually be able to perform tasks for us. So the first thing we will do is give it a chat model, and we will type in Open Router. And Open Router is just a tool that will allow you to access a whole bunch of different chat models, and so you don't have to just stick with one like ChatGPT. Well, I'm going to choose ChatGPT 4. And now that we've added the chat model, we can just type in a message to see if the LLM is working. And so there you go. We've got a response. Hello, how can I assist you today? We only have the LLM. We actually don't have any memory for it to remember conversational context. And I'll show you why you actually need memory in this example right now. I'll tell it my name. I'll go, my name is Jordan. And so here's the example of why you need to add in a simple memory node. If you saw before, I told the ChatGPT, my name is Jordan, and we had a few more conversations here. I said, what model are you? It gave me a response, and I asked, when were you born? And it gave me an answer as an AI. I don't have a birth date. And then I asked it, what is my name? And it was unable to provide my name, which I just told it 3 responses ago. Now we'll add a simple memory so we can actually store context and data in N8N simple memory node. We'll keep everything the same, and the context window length is actually just giving the LLM a specified number of how much context it can remember in our conversation. So we'll just leave that to 5 for now. Now I'm going to do the same example. So I'll go, my name is Jordan, and it gave me a response, and I'll ask it the same questions. Born. It will give me an answer, and I will say, what model are you? And now I will ask it the same question of, what is my name? Your name is Jordan. And so because it could recall the conversation, it was able to remember my name. And so now the useless robot is not so useless anymore. And so the robot is just mildly happy because it has access to a brain and memory. The next step for us to add is the tools. The first tool that we're going to add is the Google search function. So we'll go SERP API, and now we need to connect with some credentials. So if we go to serpapi.com, you'll have to sign in and register with a Google account. Once you've signed into SERP API, you will come down to your account and API keys. You will regenerate an API key. You will copy it over. We'll come back to the SERP API node, come to credentials, and enter in your API key. When is the next UFC fight? It's going to use the Google search function to give us that answer. If you check the simple memory node, you can actually see that it's getting some context now. And so if you come to some of the content, you'll see the conversations that we've been having, and it can recall all of this. Next, we'll get our agent to be able to send emails for us from now on. So add a tool, we will type in Gmail, and now we have the Gmail node available. So for this step, you have to connect your Gmail account through Google OAuth, and I will put the video link right here or in the description below to learn how to do that. Once you've done that, you'll have access to all of the Google Workspace tools like Sheets, Contacts, Gmail. The tool description will be set automatically. The resource will be message, and the operation will be to send an email. Now, to would be usually who you're sending it to. And so we're going to let AI describe that, because when we talk to the agent, we'll tell it who to send the email to anyways. And same goes for subject. We'll let the AI define that, and we'll let AI define the message as well. And so I will just make sure that my account is signed in here. I'll give it access, and now the connection is successful. And now I will send myself a test email. I'll go send an email to, I'll give it the email address I want to send the email to. And I will tell the subject, hey, testing 112. Send a message saying, I'm sending you an email from my really cool and useful AI agent. So now we have the agent using our open router, ChatGPT 4. It then selected the Gmail tool to complete the task. And here we go. The email has been sent to my email address with the subject, hey, testing 112. and let's see what it sent us. There you go. Hey, testing 1 2 was the subject. I'm sending you an email from my really cool and useful AI agent. And now our agent can send emails for us. So you might be wondering how this is even possible with this drag and drop feature. Well, N8N is really built and powered with LangChain, the framework that makes AI agents possible. So all this is really LangChain code, and so N8N just makes it visually appealing and in the drag and drop function for us. If you want to get serious about using automations in your business and life, then join my Skool community, the AI Automations Club, where you can come in, download all of my N8N automation templates, be a part of a great community, and start using AI to your advantage. And that is how an AI agent works inside of N8N. I hope you guys like this video. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.